have no clue what they decided to do to this game to mess it up so badly, but they completely ruined this game from the FORTNITE that I used to know and play when I was younger. Now, for context, I started playing this game at the end of 2017. I played it until middle of 2018. And I took a break for 3 or 4 years. I came back on played it. It was fine. I went on PC and it sucked, so I kind of quit after that. But then I took another break, and then I saw randomly in my Xbox feed that they brought the OG map back, and I was pretty interested in that, so I decided to hop on, play a couple games, and then I suddenly got addicted to it for a week or two, because it was just nostalgia for me, because the game is just way different than it was in the OG map, and now it feels like a completely different game. And I played it for an hour today, and I got bored. I said, this is stupid, it's not fun, and the main problem is the motion controls, the weapons. Well, there's a lot of main problems, so when I say main problems, I really mean more than 5 problems. Let's just run over the motion controls. The controls feel really janky. You can move with both sticks now, and instead of running all the time, the default animation is walking, which I do like. I do think it needed that from the beginning, and then when you press down the left stick, you would run. But apart from that, it feels really janky. Half the time, you're sliding like left and right without even doing anything. It just moves that way. I just snuck up on this player. For some reason, they did not hear me coming. And there's way too many ridiculous motions you can do, such as vaulting over walls or mantling onto surfaces that you should not be able to reach, sliding, that's been in the game for a while, so I can't really complain too much about that. But then basically half the game you're jumping around like Spider-Man, looking like an absolute maniac. And if you're not doing that, if you're not being a sweaty tryhard, then you get absolutely screwed because everybody else is the sweaty tryhards. Now here's a footage from, I don't know, it was like 2021, and this is just the end of the game. And here I want to show you how different the movement controls were. There was no sliding, I don't think. There was no sprinting. You were just jumping and running. And the most you could do is jump in the air. And that was it. You didn't have to be a sweat, you could just kind of run around. And you would still be able to win games like I did here. There's just no room for casual players anymore. You have to be a sweaty tryhard to actually be good at the game. Which is frustrating for me because this felt like one of the few games that I could actually just play casually and have a good time and not have to worry about getting killed by sweats and 10-year-olds on their parents' iPhone or, there's no crossplay, on their fucking Xboxes, using their parents' credit cards or whatever to pay for the battle pass, You'd actually have people who were just average at the game, and that was the majority of the player base. I still sucked, though, so I got killed all the time, but it was not as terrible. And I've gotten better, so you still have to be a sweat, and I feel like that's not a fun way to have your game, where you have to be a sweat to actually be competitive. And another thing, the weapons that they introduced, I don't recognize any of them. I don't know why most of them have scopes now for some reason, even the pistol. Even though my aim was terrible, but thankfully the other players sucked as worse than me. And now you can't do that. And if you're out in the open for more than 5 seconds, you get absolutely massacred by multiple people. And I don't know what this ballistic shield thing is, but I tried it out, and it's actually really stupid. It's kind of insane. It doesn't even make sense for why it should be in the game. Anyways, apart from the weapons, another thing we need to talk about is the map. So you see all these random locations. I don't recognize any of them. None of them are memorable. Back in, 2018, you had locations everybody knew. Oh, Tilted Towers, that's where you go, and you get killed within 5 minutes because everybody lands there. Oh, Rescue Rios Massacre, whatever. Now you have these locations that just change every season, and it's not, you don't know where the fuck anything is anymore. Also, another thing is, why did they add this into the game where you can grind on a wire? What is the purpose of this? It's pointless. Why couldn't they fix, the bugs and the issues with the game instead of focusing on this pointless addition? But, I mean, that's the least egregious of what they've done, The motion controls is the main thing. That's the big issue. And I know everybody's going to overlook this because, oh, they added a Peter Griffin skin into the game. Oh, Peter Griffin's in Fortnite now. Oh, Peter Griffin. Which is honestly just kind of a distraction from the major issues that this game has that make it feel hardly like the original game that it was meant to be. And I will admit that I laughed at Peter Griffin's skin being in there for about 15 minutes straight because it just caught me off guard. I think it was genius putting it in there, but still, just because that's in the game doesn't mean the game is good. The game sucks. It was not fun to play this new season for the 45 minutes or hour of rounds that I did. It just didn't feel anything like the Fortnite that I used to actually enjoy playing, 3 or 4 years ago before they broke this game. Now, here's the walking animation I was talking about, which it looks fine. It's a little corny, but I mean, it looks fine. It's, like I said, this should have been the default animation, and then the running animation would just be running, but now there's walking, there's sprinting like a bat out of hell, and then there's running. And if you're not sprinting around all the time, you're getting fucked, because, you're just an easy target, which is stupid that you have to rely on sprinting like an idiot to actually avoid getting shot at. Unless the players are average, which most of the time they're not average. There's a lot of sweats and tryhards that you gotta deal with. And here I wander into this place and somebody's shooting another dude, and I don't know why I tried to far range him with a shotgun, but I suck, so there's that. So I thought that was gonna happen. Shockwave grenade, I don't care about that. That's been in the game for a while. Actually, I wish they brought the boogie bomb back. That shit was fun. But yeah, so it's just kind of wacky. They're focusing on these unnecessary additions when they really should be focusing on just making the game more memorable, making everything a little more condensed, simplified. We don't need 50 different weapons in the game. Just give us the original ones. Give us the old map back. Make slight changes to the map instead of destroying the entire thing and starting over again because of whatever crazy storyline the game has. Also, these bots, like this player experienced these bots. I don't even know why they're in the game, but they're really annoying. And they just kind of spawn in out of nowhere. Like, I went into a random building in my first game, and there was 5 or 6 NPCs just running around trying to kill me, and I was still trying to pick up a weapon. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I can't do anything. I'm just getting killed. It's not, it's completely pointless putting it in the game because it doesn't add anything. It's just, oh my god, now there's NPCs everywhere and you can't be sneaky anymore because the NPCs just start shooting at you. And then I noticed this drop thing. I don't think it's a supply drop. I don't know what it is, but I ran over to it because I wanted to see what it was. I was curious. And I got over to whatever this thing was and recover cache. I have no clue what that means, but it looked like it was going to take a while for it to, the meter to fill up. So just the camp here and, just wait around, see what would happen. I was curious of what this was, hoping it wasn't just an overpowered item drop because the last thing we need is more overpowered weapons in the game when you can immediately, literally land in a random place, immediately get an epic or a legendary item, and not have to do anything. And I was getting sniped at from the hills, so I kind of panicked. And this is where my game started going to shit, because this player came out of nowhere, caught me off guard, ran into the bushes, and then, partially due to the terrible movement system that they incorporated to the game, I was unable to hit this dude, and they were jumping like a maniac, so I said, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. And I got to whatever the supply cache was. It really is just a whole bunch of overpowered items that just drop in. Because why not just, oh, supply drops aren't good enough. Let's just add in whatever that is. And then this is where I think I died. Yeah, he's got me here. But in conclusion, this game, it sucks. They fucked the game up. It's not fun to play anymore. And you have to be a tryhard to be good at the game. And they should just go back to what it was originally. Just a battle royale. Not this weird lore-oriented nightmare from the spawns of hell. Thank you. That's all I have to say.